now, because one of the things that now I have the hiccups, that's great. One of the things that I discovered is that I still have two bills that haven't actually been sent to conference yet. So while I can't really conference on them, I can give you the overview of what I have in mind anyway, and then we'll have to nail the rest. Excuse me. We'll have to nail the rest of it down after these get referred to conference. So anyway, what I've put together so far for your approval or for your review would be combining the terms and definitions bills, which would be under the main topic of 2334, HB 2334, and looping into that SB 121, SB 28, I'm waiting for everybody to take their notes. HB 2046 and Senate Bill 32. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we have the limit of 5. $28. Right, everybody up to speed there? And then under SB 23, we can put the regulation and oversight bills all together with SB 42, which is the online insurance verification, 27, HB 2042. Now I do want to suggest anyway a change to HB 2042, making the enacting date 1/1 of 26, just to give them a little bit more time to. I've received some feedback, so a little bit more time to get that put together, get them organized. Yes, yeah, correct. And then also looping in HB 2044, which is the fiduciary accounts. And then the third CCR would be, powers and duties of the commissioner. So under HB 2050, the up to bill. SB 20, the board member appointment. 2087, the not admitted insurers. And then 2333, so that the changed letterhead that they've already done can now be utilized accurately. No. 2087, yep, 2087 is in there. Now I'm looking to make sure that the captive insurance is included in that. I don't remember where I put it. Was that the first group? Oh, there we go. Yes, okay, that was included. Good, good. It was shaded dark there.
First group?
The first group, yes.
So, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
you said there were a couple that you were waiting on. Can you tell me which?
I don't remember which ones. I know I just had to sign 2 of them,
Oh,
however.
got it.
And so they will be coming here. I just don't actually have them in conference in order to play with yet. So this is all conceptual right now. We'll have to meet.
It would be these two.
2245. No, it's not those two. Yes, Eileen.
Uh, Mr. Chair, I believe it's House Bill 2128 and 2334, the captive bill.
That's important. We do 2334 is our base bill on the first.
Right, that was the base one, so we'll
They-
definitely have
those
to
were
make
the
sure
weight
that's in
on that,
conference.
yeah.
That were pending House action.
Right. We'll do that at 2 o'clock, I imagine. And so it should be ready to roll for tomorrow morning. That was the longest one of that grouping, so I wanted to use that as the base bill just to, because I'm, swell that way.
May I ask the reviser a question?
Certainly.
So, Eileen, is 2128 not relevant to any of these others, or you just don't want to include it in one of these because it's too many?
Thank you, Madam Chair. 2128 is actually going to be turned into a shall because under the proposed conceptual plan here, we would put Senate Bill 121 in that first conference committee report. So when we have duplicate bills, I pick one and then the other one turns into a shell, and I pick based on trying to be equitable as far as the number of shells that are generated.
Thank you.
Yes, fire away.
Just as a question for my point of clarification, as far as the effective date, may we be fiscally responsible and roll back all the Kansas Register dates to statute book on all these proposed bills within the CCRs?
Other than 2042, I
Right.
would agree. Yep, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, and then additionally, I'm going to keep the correct amendments on each of the bills, regardless of which position it was.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the
In,
question?
for instance, with the insurance agent, public adjuster, the House made it an amendment, and then the Senate changed the amendment. I'm going to keep the correct amendment. And I propose doing that for all the bills within the conference
In order to keep them consistent?
to keep, well, with all the bills, to keep the correct amendments that were made versus ones that were incorrect. Well, ones that were changed in the opposite chamber in order to keep them correct, or correct an incorrect amendment. Or keep the, I'm sorry, thank you. Arida, bless her heart, she just fixed me. Keep the latest version of the bill that we're putting in this, except for effective date, which would become register.
Other than 2042, which is 1/1/26.
Right, other than that one,
Other than
sorry,
that one.
I'm keeping the statute book as an effective date.
Um,
For clarification, that was awfully confusing.
It wasn't in there, and there was discussion of putting the public adjusters in there. The only concern I have is it does need to be done. I just have a kind of a little bit of heartburn with adding new language because, I mean, that is up for discussion. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but if everyone's okay with it, I'm fine with it. But I just didn't want to make that suggestion due to the fact that there could be some argument.
Well, Mr. Chair, we could also wait and do it next session, because we are adding new language that neither one of us had, that we just found out about. So, but I mean, I'm willing to do whatever, but we have to take it to conference, we have to take it to the committee of the whole and explain why we're adding new language. And she doesn't have it yet. I know what it is. Oh. My other concern, Mr. Chairman, that the reviser hasn't received the language yet either. So we're delaying, and I do worry a little bit about that.
Sure. Since we're not working these until tomorrow, other than on a conceptual basis, maybe if the language is available and we're okay with it, I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't have any real objection if, like I said, I just didn't present it due to the fact that it is new language.
It's not something
It is more
instead of
consistent.
waiting
Well, she did say please. All right, but any other topics of discussion on that?
I mean, Mr. Chair, I know that we talked about adopting then the most recent bill that passed. I think there may have been one or two instances when, in order to have a little less paperwork, we had some Senate amendments that were adopted by the House, and we didn't put them back in to the House bill when it came over. And so those were, I believe, some changes on I'll try to think of this, changes when we talked about using, having the department put together their report, but not necessarily having to send it to the governor. And then there was one other when we talked about insurance companies being able to extend beyond a year. They asked, the bill from the House said that they may request, and the Senate said the commissioner may adopt. So request wasn't enough. And then I know that on one additional bill, and our revisor may have already flagged that, we added some sections and also then needed to change the numbers in those sections. So when we go through each bill, I'll try to make sure that I'm watching for those changes.
There we go. If Eileen signs off on it. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to meet again, obviously, because I can't actually conference some of these yet. I have to get that done. But
Are there any that we have, or all of them are going to take some additional?
the third one may very well be able to be finished, I think. 2087 was not one that I just non-concurred on, is it? Right. Okay, okay, very good. And 2333? We have, yep, those are good too. And 2050 was. So yeah, the third one we can actually agree on now. Then the other two have to wait for me to finish my homework.
I-
Sure, go ahead.
Advisor,
Oh.
I just did a non-concur on 2050 on the floor today at 10 o'clock. Is it ready for us to
Oh, that one might need to stop too.
40 and 50, 2040 and 2050? No, I acceded to the, I take that back. I acceded to a conference committee. So we're good. Yes, sorry, wrong word.
Very good.
Acceded, not concur, non-concur. Thank you. And then if we were to meet tomorrow, when would you want? When would be a good time for you? Afternoon?
I'd like to get this put away, like maybe at 9:30 or so.
Will we
if
be
can.
ready? Because we do have the room at 9 o'clock
Okay.
from 9 to 10, because we're
Okay.
going to meet with
And
Financial institutions at 9.
9:30 would be a fantastic time for me. Does that
Will
work?
we be ready?
Not ready with conference committee reports, Madam Chair, but certainly ready to finalize the offers and let me get started on drafting the conference committee reports.
Okay.
There you go. And if
And it-
everything is in order on CCR 3, then we can go ahead and agree to that one if, without anybody not agreeing.
Yeah, if you want to agree
That's
on
the third one that
oh,
I.
the third one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, may I have revisor's discretion for, things to make language work, commas and,
Inserting other bills and.
uh, I believe there is the one that creates the Eileen Ma Memorial
There you go.
Statue
Yeah, exactly.
as
Yeah.
best revisor ever.
Senate Bill 20 is the one where we talked about the date for 2026.
Oh, no, it was 2042, HB 2042.
I'm just looking at prior to that date.
Oh.
It's the members of the boards. That's
Gotcha.
why I saw that.
Gotcha.
I will say on the CCR 3 that you're suggesting in the Senate, it was 40-0 on all bills, except it was 38-2 on 2087. And it was a personal issue with the 2 people that voted no.
Gotcha. And when you look at the House count, you'll probably see 10 or 12 voting against. Those are people objecting to the creation of shells because they obviously haven't sat on the House floor when we ran out of shells before. We can either waste 5 minutes talking about this bill, or we can waste 2 days waiting for a new shell to be created, or a new bill to be created.
We're comfortable with agreeing to CCR 3.
Excellent. All right, well, there's not a vote on that, I don't think. We all agree. So we'll sing Kumbaya and get CCR 3 out. And meanwhile, that'll give Eileen a running start on getting this stuff out of here. And then we'll meet tomorrow morning on CCR 1 and CCR 2 when the bills are actually in conference. That work? Tomorrow, 9 o'clock? No, 9:30. 9:30. You're at 9 o'clock, 9:30.
We'll see you at 9:30.
9:30. It's a plan.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.